Hi guys, Mark Leslie here. So just gonna go ahead and start just introducing some guys some esoteric information. And with esoteric information, primarily when you're dealing with the subconscious, you have to realize that you're dealing with the feminine mind, and the feminine mind is very different when you're dealing with the feminine mind in regards to the masculine mind, and that's because the feminine mind is primarily dealing with the subconscious. So the subconscious does not speak in language; it actually speaks in pictures. And the ancients knew that we were going to go through this time where we're going to lose consciousness. So they primarily put stuff in mystery schools or esoteric knowledge. So therefore we can wake up the subconscious. Because remember, it's the subconscious versus divine feminine that's going to resurrect the masculine, which is this part. So we are currently unaligned because we're currently unaligned because our subconscious has been turned off. So with the subconscious turned off, it's manifesting the shadow, which is our fears and things of that nature. So in Christianity, what they learned this, and they said like one of the problems is this is when we are supposed to be mentoring from 0 point energy, which is our mind and our heart is here, so we're grounded in here. That's what they say, the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. The Father is the pineal gland, the Son is the conscious, and the Holy Spirit is the subconscious. So in essence, when you're evoking the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, you're making sure that your body and your mind is aligned in your 0 point energy. And the reason why you want to be at 0 point energy is because it's from here that you manifest. So that's why you have to basically make sure that you're grounded, centered, manifesting from the center of your consciousness, and your heart's here. So that's why if you ever pay attention to the ancients, they always have halos because they're activating their Father, Son, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, and they're grounded in here. So it's Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. They're grounding themselves in this point because this is a point of manifestation. So from this point, then you can go outside and then you can manifest. Now, the ancients knew that we would lose consciousness, and when we lose consciousness, that would be the divine feminine that would have to resurrect it. So that's why when you have stuff like the Virgin Mary, the Virgin Mary is the same person as Mary Magdalene. They're both named is Mary. Now why is that? Because in quantum physics they learned that time crystals, which basically expands in time, basically validate that time is a circle. So if time is a circle, as long as you stay in the middle of that circle, right, which is 0 point energy, you won't age. That's one thing. But at the secondly is you can access once you get your subconscious and your conscious activated and fully enacted with the higher self, the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, then you're going to be in the middle of the time crystal, right? And you can access all the time. And that's why part of the illusion, the holographic universe, needs you to be stuck in time and worrying, because when your mind, because remember, we're manifesting. So if your mind's always like, oh, I have an appointment, I have here, and you're always like proactive, and you're thinking about things and you're time traveling, you're not going to be centered. You're not going to be here. You're not going to be here. You're going to be out in space. And when you're out in the holographic universe, you're going to keep creating and manifesting in there. And the reason why we're in quarantine and we can't get out is because we're actually manifesting our quarantine, because when we're not in our present moment, we're actually out in the quarantine. And because we believe in time, because all there is now, now think of it, why there is only now. There's only now because we only measure time from the solar system based on the planetary orbit around the sun. Now, if I was to go to a different solar system, the concept of time for us is only relative to us, but it's not universal. So therefore, time cannot be a universal principle. It's only relative to our solar system. So therefore, when we understand this and we put in concept with time crystals, we understand that time is illusion. So what's making time not an illusion is basically our consciousness, because we're manifesting, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. But if you look at the ancients, their times were in circle. And their times were in circle because they understand time was in cycles. And now that you understand that times is a cycle, you understand that why samsara, the wheel of suffering, indicates that it's reincarnation, because we'll just keep going in circle. So the way that we're going to have to escape that is to get into 0 point energy, ground ourselves in our heart, activate our subconscious, right? Because the subconscious has been turned off. Activate our subconscious, birth our consciousness, work out the delusions that we've been manifesting, be here, clean everything out, be a constant flow, remember who you are, because once you get back, you remember who you are. Remember, if you're in a quantum, if you're in a holographic universe and you're looking for answers outside of yourself, you're still manifesting those answers from yourself. The holographic universe is only reflecting back to you what's inside of you. So if you have to come to me, for example, for answers, the answers are already a part of you. I'm just a reflection of your universe, sharing the information that's already with you. Something to think about. So that's my quick video. Hope you like it. Peace.